Everyone I know feels that automotive and housing costs are their highest expenses and not including medical, and they are stressing out right now over both of them. Yet we tend to be influenced by the amount we spend on each based on our emotions instead of our common sense, our checkbook. This causes us to spend far more money on each than we can afford. But Mike, you may say, I have relatives and friends who make the same amount of money as me and they have it all. No, they are spending more than they make, and their chances of financial ruin are greatly elevated. They just won't share this with you. With cars, too, many people feel they deserve an expensive car. No one deserves an expensive car, or they want to keep up with their overextended friends. Not a great plan, is it? Or they feel you must fake it till you make it with customers, clients, and bosses. No, I practice what I preach. I drive a 2005 Accord that I inherited from my mother. It runs and looks great and has very low miles. I don't worry about payments, getting carjacked, or care if I get a scratch here and there. This is why this is the car we use when driving into New York City for fun. Speaking of having cars for a long time, too many people waste money by getting rid of their car too soon. A friend has a high-end pickup truck in great condition, but he told me he was going to buy a new one because the engine needed a lot of work. I helped him realize that it was cheaper to fix his truck than to get a new one. And he's an investment. So let's look at some quick tips on how to save money and your peace of mind with your home. First, almost everyone needs to settle when buying their first home. Yet our dreams and emotions make us miserable and stressed about it. Yes, it would be great to have that forever home in the great town and great community. Well, very few people can afford to do this. You can't afford a starter home in the ideal town, buy it in a less desirable town. You can't afford a starter home in the less desirable town, buy a condo instead. You can't afford a condo, buy a co-op if any are available. That's what I did with my first home. If you can't afford a co-op, live in as cheap an apartment as you can tolerate and save, 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 and cut back on all those luxuries while you're saving for a home. There's a great rule of thumb with upgrading your lifestyle, including your car and home, when you get a huge raise. The thing to do is wait 2 years after you get that raise or, a new job. Increase your K contributions doing that and use the rest to reduce your debt. So you're not spending that money, you're reducing debt and saving it for future use. After 2 years, if most of that raise was spent on paying down debt, you're probably not ready to upgrade your lifestyle, at least not significantly. What if inflation starts shooting up again? You'll be toast. Sometimes the best thing for people is to move to a lower cost part of their state or the country. You don't want to put off having children to save for a home in a very expensive area. So then you move to a cheaper part of the country. Yes, you need to get new jobs, a lot of stress with this, any kind of move, but sometimes that's the only solution people have. I know couple who own the bottom floor of a home just outside Boston. Super expensive. Her and her husband wanted to start a family, but didn't want to wait about 10 years to be able to afford a home for their family there. They moved to New Jersey with a quick commute to Philadelphia. No delay for their family, and they bought a large house on a big piece of property. Fortunately, they were marketable enough to get jobs quickly in their new home. Hopefully, you will use your head more than your heart with spending on cars and homes.